apologize for the long wait, but I am back again with the next trilogy of videos lined up for the Crimson Rose. This time I will try to touch key points for a trio of characters, which my partner alone played, Tuhkiot, and Xolotl. As far as role-playing stories go, this is one of the more complex and yet easy characters to both play and understand. He's had a lot of build and time put into him, but then he was there from the start. The premise of the story was very basic. A beautiful, cursed, and blessed being, made by a god to ascend to the level of primordials, Hayato, was captured by a conqueror from a realm of existence below. The conqueror destroyed all but a single city to which he was sent. He sent all of the loyal and coveted creatures he found. The king wanted Hayato, and Hayato was conflicted, of course, by the desire he felt and the fact he was supposed to hate the king. Initially, the king had no name, and for the first several pages worth of roleplay, it kind of remained that way, until a story that went far beyond the premise began to develop. Enter Tuhki, the conqueror. His role is much different as time goes on in the story, but initially he is thought of as one person who is, mentally unstable. The truth is that Tuhkiot was the name taken to hide a growing conflict of personalities, two different beings inhabiting the same body. Tuhkiot, a humble and loving man who had tried to save his people and prevent an all-out war between his god and the god of his tribe, and Xolotl, an inhabiting spirit who falsely offered to help Tuhkiot. It wasn't until near the birth of the triplets, Rose, Raven, and Titmuth, that it became known that Tuhkiot was not who or what most had initially thought. His brother Tuhki would find a way to ascend to Tuhkiot's new home and confront him. Eventually, he would reveal his brother was possessed by a demon, at least what their tribes called a demon. It would take a lot of time, planning, and effort, but eventually most powerful magic user in the realm, an outcast dark elf by the name of Mount Reth, would free him of Xolotl, and the truth of Tuhkiot would fade into a mystery for much later in the story. Tuhkiot would not be without his own issues, of course. He had a temper, but due to his nature, he tried not to harm others with his blow-ups. Unfortunately, it didn't always succeed, and when he did lash out, it usually ended in death or heartbreak for most of those he cared about. He spent a lot of time blaming himself for the pain and suffering that he caused, and even for things that were not even really his fault. It is that aspect of Tuhkiot that I think most of us can relate to. Fault-taking even when he could not have changed what happened. Tuhkiot even allowed for others to serve justice, or so-called justice, on him for everything from accidents that he may have caused to things others did to try and get to him. He even blamed himself for the destruction of his own tribe, because when he fled, trying to save them from that war, and because he simply wanted to be free to be himself, and in today's world, I think this is a concept all too many of us kind of understand, the desire to be yourself, whether it's like Tuhkiot, where it was a choice of clothing and the ability to love who he wanted to love, or whether it's to change your entire body to match what's inside, or any of the above, or even to just not have to conform to what everybody else thinks you should be. these two aspects of Tuhkiot make him extremely relatable, and though due to the fantasy setting it took to a much greater scale, it still made him a character that, to me, will always be worth remembering. I don't really have a whole lot more that I want to say right now, just because I'm doing the other two videos, and a lot of this for the three characters ties together. There might end up actually being a fourth because of how much they tie together, but generally this was the main thing for Tuhkiot. It was his personality and the fact that he was fighting for something that all of us in today's world can understand. My partner was very well written for this character and very much put a lot of themselves into it, and I will always remember Tuhkiot because of this. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like, and if you want to follow me or this series, please hit subscribe. There's a description that I'm going to be putting into the video below for Tuhkiot. It'll have his nicknames and a basic overview of what he was in the story. I'm also going to do what I normally do and list any art that I've put in. The theme songs that you hear behind me are all done on a music making program, and they're themes for the characters specifically. So you can check that out if you want. I know I was working in Valheim before this, and today I was in Crimson Rose. I shouldn't say Crimson. I was in the Crimson Rose world for Minecraft, so I figured I wanted to make a build for the castle itself, and the part that I was working on in the video is actually the Crimson Rose's garden, where the whole story began, and hopefully I'll be able to finish the build and take you on a tour of the castle when the series is done. That would be really cool. I'm also working on a Minecraft pack for it, so that I can put that up, and if y'all want to play with the pieces to the world and build your own versions, that would be really cool. But I'll catch y'all later in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.